All right, welcome back. This is episode 13 of the 21-day focus framework bootcamp. I hope the brightness isn't like weird. I don't know what's been going on. It's been like kind of up and down, so hopefully it doesn't look too bad today. I kind of had to just tweak it a little bit, but should be all right. So, episode 13, design your environment. Your environment is everything when it comes to working, and your environment actually dictates how you are going to work more than the actual framework and system that you have set up will. You fall to your framework. You don't rise to your goals. It's a pretty simple process. So the reason why you design your environment in a specific way is because old habits follow old environments. So for me, what I noticed was in my room, when I started my journey 4 months ago, I hadn't changed my room layout since. Like, it was the same room layout. So when I would get to my desk, there was certain defaults that were kind of just always there. You know, like I would always pick up my phone and leave it in this spot here, and like I would do certain things at my desk. I would lean a certain way. You know, I would lean my chair back because I had a lot of room to, and I would just become lazy, and I would play a lot of video games at my desk at the time. And that was the standard that was built for that environment. So I had to literally change my entire room. If you go back through my Instagram stories, you'll see my old layout versus the new one. And I engineered my new environment so that it was impossible to sit any more than like this. I had to be sitting pretty much upright because my chair is against the wall. My desk faces the window so that I only have sunlight coming in and there's nothing really else that I can look at. With my old setup, I could turn and lean towards my TV and lay back. With this new setup, like I can't really do that. My chair is almost stuck in the position that it's in, so it forces me to sit upright and focus on my work. And the space that I was sitting in, it was a different area of my room. So my brain was like rewired to walk here, and in turn, it's a new area. You set new habits, you set new standards, and everything begins to change. That's why I reworked my room. And what this does is it subconsciously puts your brain into learning mode. And this means that you can learn, okay, new environment, new habits. But you have to start with those new habits right away. Like you have to burn those new habits in for like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you have to keep at them, because then it now becomes, when I get into this area, it's time to do this. If I was to leave my old setup there, every time I sat down, I would just pick up my phone, lean back in my chair, and I would start scrolling. Like, designing your environment is crucial. And that's why I work out here now, like in this outside space, because I've never done work out here. This was an entirely new environment to my brain. Like if I was still doing work in my room, I'd find ways to get distracted because I still have flaws in my current setup. And I really only do the light work in the morning for setting up my day inside. And then otherwise I'm outside the rest of the day. And this area, my brain automatically kicks into work mode when I get out here. It's like, okay, it's time to record. Got the whiteboard out here. We got the couch and we've got some like light music going in the background. It's time to work. My brain only knows for this area in here, work. That's all it knows. And I've set it up in that way that, you know, Wi-Fi connection out here is kind of iffy if I'm trying to watch videos, but it's more than enough if I need to do work. So I can't really sit and scroll. The reels will lag for 15 seconds. I've designed my environment to be work productive and anti-non-work productive. So the first step in designing your environment is, right now, analyze your current setup or environment. So where do you work right now? It might be, you know, your bedroom, or like, you know, your living room. And you need to pretty much for a day, keep track of everything that goes on there. How many times do you pick up your phone while you're sitting at your desk? How many times are you getting distracted and starting to play games while you're sitting at your desk? How many times do you just start, you know, like spacing out while you're there? And if these things are happening, you got to change the scenery. You either got to rework your room, you got to pick a different location to work, go to a library, a coffee shop, go to like somewhere where you can sit down and get your work done, that allows you to program your brain into knowing that this area is a work area and only do work in this area. I don't come out to the sunroom to sit on my phone and scroll. Like if I'm gonna go sit outside and scroll, I'm gonna go sit in the chairs that are outside there by the fire pit and scroll, because that's associated with relaxing in here is associated with working. My brain only knows how to work in here. So I don't do anything but work in here. In my bedroom, if I'm laying on my bed, sure, I'm allowed to scroll a little bit, but if I'm sitting in my chair at my desk, I try my best to only do work-related things. You need to set up your environment so that it's pro-work, meaning you eliminate distractions. Getting kind of good at this whiteboard stuff. You eliminate your distractions, so remove the noise. If you're in your room, you probably got like a bajillion things going that are like anti-pro work. You might have like your PlayStation in there, things that tempt you to do non-work things. You might have, noise from upstairs. So if you have noise canceling headphones. If you have, no sunlight, well, it's good to have sunlight while you're working because it keeps you awake. When you're in a dark room for too long, and I was notoriously bad for this. My eye bags would get so bad, and I used to, I work for, 8 to 12 hours a day, and being in a dark room for 8 to 12 hours, you come out feeling groggy and you feel like a vampire. So I like to work out here because I have lots of natural light coming in. You feel energized, you stay awake. This one's optional. I found that it can work, but certain supplements, do your research, find out what's safe for you. I'm not an advisor for this whatsoever, so I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't. I say that it can work, but find what works for you. What works for me won't work for you. There's certain supplements that can increase focus that are like over the counter, so they're not anything dangerous. Find ways to eliminate the distractions that are near you. If you really have to and your household is like way too loud, like I've got people in my house almost 24/7, that's why I come outside. Find a way to get away from the noise so that you have to focus. Book a library slot. I know that libraries, at least where I'm from, you can book a room there, like a quiet room essentially, and do work in there. So that should be only for doing work. And then when you get there, phone goes in your backpack. You need to reset when you get to this environment. It can't be any of your old habits. It only has to be your new habits. And it's gonna be hard to do at first. Probably for the first week, you're not gonna wanna be doing just the work-related things, but if you've been following along with the steps in this boot camp, when you get to this phase, this should actually, if anything, make things easier because you already have the framework in place. So this is the next big step. This is what allows you to enter what's called flow state. When I am out here, I am in flow state. I am thinking about work. I'm thinking about work like only, like it is the only thing that I'm thinking about while I'm in here. Like even if I step out here, like let's say I'm walking through here to walk outside, it's almost crazy how your brain recognizes the environment and will like jump into work mode before you can even realize and be like, whoa, 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 like we're just walking through here. Like we're not actually here to do work right now. But it'll put your brain into almost a state where it forces you to work. And that's what you're trying to get to. Program your environment, and in turn, success is just gonna kind of compound and follow with it. And yeah, kind of the final thing again that I just want to re-encourage is like remove the temptations, hide your phone, hide the distractions. Don't listen to, this is a good one actually, I forgot to mention this one, specific types of music. So 432 hertz works really well. This allows you to, it's like the same frequency that your brain runs on. And I have one other playlist. I'm gonna drop some game. I'll link some playlists down in the comments, but 432 hertz, amazing for this. I have it playing in the background while I'm in here, and it's low volume, so you don't really hear it, but your brain picks it up. And like play that in the background because it helps you. When you hear that, like your brain uses it as a trigger. When you get into this area and you hear this music playing, it associates it with work. You know, when you hear a certain song come through on your playlist and it takes you back to a memory of like that one summer when you guys were going to the beach, and it's like, it almost feels like a nostalgia memory. You need to program your brain in the same way so that when it hears that, it thinks about work. But that's pretty much it for this episode. If you have questions, if you want the playlist, if you want, more feedback on how to actually set your room up, if you want suggestions, community's free. Join up, ask questions, connect with the other people. DM me. DMs are always open. And I will see you all on episode 14, which is the end of week 2. Crazy.